Great. Hi, I'm Tracy Joyner. I'm so excited to be a part of the Duck family and really looking forward to getting started here. It's been amazing to be here. Eugene's incredible. The campus, the facilities, everything is beautiful. And the ceiling is very, very high, and the future is very promising for women's soccer.
What were the things that immediately attracted you to this job?
Probably that this should be a nationally, ranked team, and something that's, incredibly relevant is just how, the prospect of what this program can achieve was highly desirable. I think that Oregon soccer is just, the ceiling is so high and the potential is so great. With the right people, the right staff, the right resources, sky's the limit.
Coach, can you go back to that initial phone call you received from Oregon, and was it an immediate yes?
In my mind, it was an immediate yes. It was actually the call to initially, start this process was right after my last season's loss. So it was really good for me to get out of that funk. But just the future of soccer here is incredible. So, Oregon's somewhere that I've always had my eye on, is just being a major contender, and with, like I said, so much potential, and there's just a really big opportunity to be a powerhouse here. So really, really excited to get started.
What are the keys to helping a program take next steps in your mind? You've been successful in that. So how have you executed that? What's the task here?
I think winning the margins. I think there's a lot of talented programs, obviously, across the country. Women's soccer is growing here exponentially. So for me, it's about building the right environment, founded on trust, respect, love for each other, belief, positivity, and optimism. So I'm really excited to bring my own brand of that. I feel like I'm a really energetic, passionate person. I love coaching. I love soccer. I love my teams. And just, really looking forward to starting here and, building that foundation and seeing where this goes.
Have you had a chance to talk to some of the Oregon players, and what kind of that conversation has been like with them?
Yeah, I got to meet the team this morning. It was great. We had, just really good energy. I think they were a little nervous at first, and so was I, of course, getting to know each other. But they started asking really great questions. We talked a lot about, the vision for the program and what I feel like are the difference makers in between, teams that have a lot to prove and teams that are highly successful. So really the message from me this morning to the players was, we get the opportunity to start fresh. We get the opportunity to build what we want to build and make it ours. I empower the student athletes to be a part of that, creating a value system that we feel really good about. I like players that, feel like they have a lot of autonomy in decision making, and really just building something special here. It's just a unique opportunity, not just for me as a coach, but for the players and for the program.
What style of play would you say your teams are characterized at, and how do you feel like that will adapt in the Big Ten?
Style of play is winning. So I think I do whatever is necessary. For me, it's about building the right relationships with players, finding the right 11 players to be on the field at the right time, and, getting depth and big personalities. I really like big personalities, whether that's leading by example or by voice or performance. So style of play, I think I just look for ways to exploit teams and, build a system and make decisions based off how to best get the desired outcome.
Just about starting fresh, but also the ceiling being high. Not to put sort of unfair time horizons on things, but just what can that arc look like in terms of experiencing success on the field from that foundation you want to build?
Yeah, like I said, the sky's kind of the limit. And I think, for me, the initial thing that I want to understand the most is like what makes Oregon, and how do we build on that. So getting to know the players, getting to know them as individuals, and building that relationship and rapport is really important for me to understand how I can help them be successful, and then ultimately help our team be the most successful possible. So there is a huge arc, like I said, and the ceiling is super high. But I think the most important thing is really establishing the right environment out of the gate that is going to allow us to compete at the highest level. And to me, that is rooted in a deep ability to really trust each other, and have high expectations, have high demands for each other, and hold each other accountable.
From now until, I guess, next September, what are you looking to accomplish in terms of how are you going to attack recruiting? I know Oregon has had a reputation for good recruiting, so how are you going to attack all of that?
Yeah, I think the first, kind of winter quarter is really just understanding like what we have here already. One of my like favorite things to say is like I rock with my dudes. So whoever is here, let's see if we can, build something special with the group that we have. I really want to honor, the players that committed here long before I got here. And use this kind of winter quarter to see what do we need? Are there holes that we need to fill? Where can we get more depth and more talent? So just hit the ground running in January, see what we got, and then kind of recruit based off that. Initially, obviously take a look at see kind of what's in the transfer portal for sure. Just some things. I watch a ton of film junkie, so there are some things that I think we need to look at a little bit more closely immediately. But moving forward, I really want to just give all the players here an opportunity, a fair shot to contribute and to be, part of a big time program.
Yeah, what does that like current roster evaluation look like? How much have you had a chance to dive in, and without maybe getting too specific, just are you drawing conclusions already? Is it still really an ongoing process?
Not really. I mean, watching film, I think that players perform differently under different styles of play and different coaching. So I truly want to give everybody the same clean slate, whether they were a 90-minute player or a player that was on the bench. I really look at this as an amazing opportunity for everybody to start fresh and to move forward together. There's different expectations and standards that I'll set that I hope the team sets for themselves as well, to accomplish something you've never done before. It means you've got to, have different standards, expectations, and do things you haven't done before. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for, this program, and we'll see where it goes.
Do you anticipate being able to schedule some spring scrimmages against other schools?
I hope so. Yeah, I think we'll look to start after the winter quarter. So like I said, give everybody an opportunity to, show themselves, show the teammates what they can do, and then start to build from there. I like to do a lot of individual development and position specific, like functional training in the winter, work on, championships are won in the off season. Everyone says that, they're not wrong. So really focus on helping them get confidence in what they're doing so that when we get into those spring games and start doing unit-based training, everyone feels like they're fit, they're healthy, they're ready to contribute in those spring games, and everyone's giving, their best foot forward.
One thing we hear from coaches a lot here is that obviously, the Oregon brand creates a lot of opportunities, but also creates expectations too. There's a lot of peer pressure here because of the success around the department. I'm sure you still got to get a sense for the culture here, but from an outsider's perspective, what were your thoughts on that? Just the platform this provides, but also what that's going to mean for expectations.
Sure. I mean, Oregon is obviously Oregon, and the brand is incredible. The support and the resources that we have here. I look more so at it from a not like necessarily a recruiting perspective or like a pressure perspective, but more of like, we get to do this. You don't have to do this. You get to be a part of something really, really special. And that in and of itself, shouldn't add pressure. It just says to me, you have all the resources that you need to be elite. And take it or leave it. Let's look at what we can do with all the special people here, with the special branding, with all the amazing, resources, like I said, that are here, and let's build something together. So it's nice. I don't want to call it fluff because it's certainly not fluff, but at the core of everything that we do is going to be really rooted in our team and our identity and our fabric, and that is completely independent of the brand itself. It's an added bonus. Yeah.
What would you like the Oregon community, Eugene community to know about you that's kind of more personal, I guess, as a person?
Sure. I'm obviously very passionate. I love coaching, very much, and I love being a part of the community. I'm moving up here. I don't really know anyone, so I would love, to get involved in a lot of ways, like any clubs in the area. I really like to get involved in any sort of thing that's like women's empowerment, related. And I'm a huge dog lover. So I told all the players today that they were going to get sick of all my sad posts on Instagram about rescue dogs that need help. So that's a big passion of mine. I have a 12-year-old dog named Murphy, and he will be here. You will see him a lot. But yeah, just my husband coaches at another Big Ten school, men's basketball. So we're excited about that. And my daughter, who's almost 2, will also join us up here eventually. So yeah. excited
Is
about
there a
everything.
bit of a rivalry with you and your husband?
Not yet, but there probably will be for sure. I was already showing him the cool gear that I got, and I was like, I think it's better, but that's okay, So, yeah.
What school? Just
University of Michigan. Yep.
Have you had much of a chance to explore Eugene at all?
I've had a great tour guide, so I've gotten to see quite a bit of it. I saw the campus today, obviously beautiful. Took some recommendations for coffee. I'm like a coffee freak, so I'm excited about that. Got some, good restaurant recommendations, but overall, I can't wait to see what this looks like in the summer when there's leaves on the trees. I'm picturing beautiful things. So, so far everything's been just absolutely beautiful, incredible.
The profile of women's sports nationally has changed so much, like during your professional career. What's it been like to watch that, but also be part of it? And do you have a sense for the young women here, having a female in this role, what that, has that, resonated in particular? Do you have a sense for that?
Absolutely. What I think has been, I don't want to say missing, but Oregon is actually like a huge hotbed for soccer. And, the Portland Thorns are one of the most incredible NWSL teams. They're a WPS team. I mean, they've been around. And like I said, this is just a powerhouse and a gold mine waiting to happen. I think that the support, from a professional level and just the dynamics of what makes Oregon, not University of Oregon, but like Oregon soccer so powerful is like how much passion there is around the game here. So it's been incredible for me as a former pro to see how much the game has changed and the support has changed for women's soccer. That it's inspiring, it's motivating. Told all the players today, if you guys want to be pro soccer players, let's make it happen. I want to do whatever I can to help you get there. And what's amazing about this institution and this department is that we do have the resources to make that happen for everybody, which is incredible. That wasn't the case 10, 15 years ago. So, if that's a dream of theirs, let's make dreams happen. And that's what I'm here to do and help everyone be successful.